Component testing. In today's session, we will discuss about component testing. So we have an idea about unit testing, how unit testing will be done and why we need to do the unit testing. Now we shall see about component testing. Component testing is done, it is a separate testing technique in the testing process. So we shall see how it will be done and what is the use of component testing and why we need to do the component testing. So software components are often composite components. So software components are the composite components that are made up of several interacting objects. You will access the functionality of the objects through the defined component interface. You will be accessing the functionality of the objects through the component interface itself. So you need to test the interface between the components. So component testing focus on showing that whether the interface between the components behaves according to the specification or not. So this is why the component testing is done, because the main intention of component testing is to show that whether the interface is, the intention of component testing is to check whether the interface between the components is behaving according to the specification or not. So this is the main intention of the component testing. Next we shall see about system testing. System testing during development involves integrating components to create a version of the system and then testing the integrated system. The focus in system testing is testing the interactions between the components. So the system testing means when the individual components are integrated to form a system as a whole, then system testing need to be done. When the individual components are tested in the component testing, but still when they are integrated to form a system as a whole, we need to check the interactions between those components. So that's why we will be performing the system testing. The main aim of system testing is to check the interactions between the components. Means system testing checks that the components are compatible and interacting correctly or not, whether the components are transferring the right data at the right time across their interfaces. So this is checked in the system testing. System testing tests the behavior of the system. We can say that system testing tests the behavior of the system. So this is why system testing need to be done. So far we discussed what is component testing. Component testing is nothing but it is a testing technique where we test the individual components. So here you access the functionality of the objects through the component interface. So we need to check the interface between the components. Next, coming to the system testing, as you have done, as you have performed testing in the component testing, then why again you need to do the system testing is because the system is formed when the individual components are integrated together. Then a system as a whole is formed, and you need to test those system. Why? Because to check the interactions between the components. That is, you need to check the compatibility and interactions have been done correctly or not, whether the components are transferring the right data at the right time across their interfaces or not. So that you need to check. That's why we will be performing the system testing. In later classes we shall discuss about other forms of testing. Thank you.